Well, welcome back. I'm finally getting started on the 64 Falcon, the bodywork on it, on Project Recreate My First Car. And yes, we're going to do some panel bonding on these doors. All right, time to get started on this thing. Been a long time coming. So first thing I'm going to do is get all this rust, surface rust and stuff, all cleaned off. I have to go back. I made all these brackets and stuff, these patch panels for all this right here that I'm going to put in that thing. And yes, I'm going to panel bond them in there. So let's get it all stripped off and see what all kind of stuff we got. That way, if you've got any dings or warps or something, I can metal shape that and get that took care of. So like I said, been a long time coming, but we're going to try to get this Falcon painted before winter time. All right, here we go. All I like to finish it. Oh my goodness. Yes, this is taking forever, but that's all right. I got more time than I have money. Okay, I'm glad I run into this because this just kind of backs up a little bit of what my thinking here is. When I get ready to do the body work on this thing, I'm going to actually put a sealer, a metal, direct to metal primer / sealer stuff on this thing, and I'm going to do all the body work on top of the sealer. I'm not going to do any body work over raw metal. And so that's just, you can just take that for what it is. And but right here, look here, this old school back here years ago. So there's the original yellow for the car. See there? Metal, primer, paint. So that's original paint. Look here, they've old school bondoed it right over the top of it. And as you can see up here where I took this off at, there's the original paint. That's the same as it was up here, and I didn't think about it until after I got that far. You see to get here. But look at that, absolutely no surface rust or nothing. So that paint, which will work as, you know, what I'm going to do is put the sealer on it, works as a moisture barrier to where that if it does get a scratch, this Bondo and stuff doesn't, plastic body filler, sorry, doesn't get moisture in it and get down in and rust this thing back out. So there you go. Well, about an hour later, 3 different tools, 3 different methods of stripping it. I'm about, I don't know, 85% happy with it. I see now the different ways I go where it's pitted. I need to get a little bit of that right there some more. So I'm going to go back over all the rest of it. I still got to do the inside of it and get all the inside off of it. And then I'll go back over every bit of the outside of it one more time. But anyway, like I said, about an hour into it. Mask on, of course. My trusty Black & Decker. No, it's an ATD. And buffer / grinder. For sander, I put these pads on. The Buer, if that's how you pray that right there. The roller disc. And here's just a grinder that I've got a wheel put on. Same stuff. That's what I used. And the old trusty D-wallet over there. And just a whole bunch of grunt work. I'm tired already. I guess I could show you what the underside of it looks like. Not hardly as bad. So I only have one little place up there I gotta fix. I've already got the panels made for it. So get all this stripped off. I'm gonna reach in here and clean this off as much as I can in there with my hand, and then I'm gonna put the rust inhibitor and stuff on, of course, all of it, and let it run off down in these cracks and stuff. So All right, let's get on with it. Well, that's not as far as I wanted to get, but that's about 2.5 hours worth of sanding on that thing with those different tools. So I got that part of it there done. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with the outside. So got it all. Got to go back just a little bit on a few things on it, but heck yeah. That's what about, I don't know, between 2 and 3 hours I didn't really put down on it. So, but anyway, there'll be another day. Wife wants to go get some lunch. Back on this 64 Falcon. So took this flat piece right here I had, cut it down to my size. I measured over there. I didn't show you because I'm not too proficient at this, but I will show you how I do it once I get to where it's not confusing. So I bent this, had to go 2 different directions there. Bent this in my little cheap but works. I need to drill me some holes when I get my drill press out to hold that down where I don't have to use all these vice grips. But measured that out, cut that out. And here we go, where it's all roasted. And bang, baby. Fits in there pretty nice. Pretty pleased with that. So now I just get the rest of it going. I've got part of them already cut. Get these right here took up, and I'll be able to panel bond the pieces I'm going to and weld up the pieces I'm going to. Hang in there with me. I'm trying to do this stuff. I'm trying to show you how to do it. We're going to build a really, really nice car in my backyard. We're going to go from that to this. Well, actually, I hope it turns out better than this one. This is a nice car, but I want that one to come out better than this one. So, but we'll see. Hey, thanks for watching. No go. So I remembered that I had these that I made years ago that actually they go down in an anvil, but my dang anvil is so heavy and it's up in the barn I can't get it through the gravels. So I'm gonna have to get it down here to make it a little bit easier. So I just stuck them in there, and I needed to make this piece here to go around that where I'm gonna glue that piece there in there. And it just so happened when I done that, that right there is almost exactly the radius. So I just put her on that, put my clamp here, and peck that thing down right there. Just a simple little thing that I made out of scrap that you can go to your scrap steel place and buy for like nothing, near nothing. And I made all these things, and I got a whole bunch more of them up there that I made too that I'm probably having to drag out here. So, all right, I'm gonna finish doing my pieces, and then I'll show you what they look like when I get them together. All right, well, I'm back out here working on these Falcon doors. And as I said earlier, or I hope I said earlier, these things are pretty rough. But I can't find any better, so, and I don't want to put aftermarket ones on it, which really I can't find any of them either. So here we are. And I didn't video this right here really and truly just to where I wouldn't embarrass myself, because as I said earlier, I've not done that much of this right here in years and years and years, because I've been in the new car stuff, but I always did do this years ago. So here we are back in it. So I made this little place right here. All that right there is all eat up real bad. So I made my piece in there, and look at that. I'm pretty happy with that. And that fits right in there. So I'll attach that in there. I'm gonna finish. I've got that right there. I'm happy with that. I need to make a piece, some pieces to go over here that we're gonna put in here. And then the rest of it, I'll probably just weld those little places there up on it. But shoot, I might be able to kind of put this, get this one here, the panels glued in it, and or panel bonded in. And this one will be ready to sit over there and get ready on the next one then. Awesome. All right, here we go. Time to panel bond all these patch panels in this old rusty door. This is what I'm using right here. 3M part number 08115. And before I ever get started, I'm prepared for all the hating and all the, oh my gosh, that ain't gonna work and all that stuff like that. So I'm ready for it, fire away. But anyway, this is how we're gonna do it. And the one reason I'm gonna do it this way is I could weld it all up and all that stuff like that. But again, I'm wanting to try to show a person how they can fix a car back here in their backyard without having to get all the super expensive machinery and all that stuff like that. And yes, I've got a welder, and I've got a good one, and it'll weld whatever I want it to. I've got all the modern stuff to do it with and everything, but everybody don't have the means to buy one or the place to put it. And this way, shoot, all you gotta do is follow the instructions. And the biggest thing is purge the tube before you ever put the nozzle on it. And then purge the nozzle on it, read the blame instructions, and this stuff will work. I promise. And if you don't believe me, by the time I get done with it, you will. Here we go.
One thing I didn't say during the other, right before this, is you need to make sure that the panel bond is covering every bit of the raw metal. You want it all covered. That way it's protected and you won't have any issues with rust in the future.
Well, I got it all panel bonded in there. So, what do you think? You hating it or you liking it? I like it. If you don't, that's fine. That's a good thing about fixing your own car. You can fix it every how you want to. But I think that's gonna be a good repair. Now, typically you wouldn't do this right here because that doesn't do any good. The reason I done that is there was a little bit of gaps in some of that between the door and the patch panel I put on it. So I simply put that on there, and I actually rubbed it all in there with my finger with a rubber glove. Oh, excuse me. And to make sure it was all up underneath there and up and under it, you know. And then I'll go back and pretty well sand most of this right here off, because that's really not, you don't want that out like that. So I'll sand that right there down, and this door right here is ready to seal. I got to do a little bit of dent pulling on it, and this door right here will be ready to seal and start the body work on top of the sealer. So, heck yeah. What do you think? I like it.
While the panel bond was drying, I had a little downtime, so I remembered I had all these pieces laying over here that I needed to take care of also, so that's what I did.
All right, while I'm working on those doors and stuff, I don't always have a long period of time because of the honeydew list and stuff. But anyways, so I'm gonna try to get some of these pieces to go inside the door. That way I can get them off the table in there. I can wrap them up and store them up for when I get ready to put it back together to get the shop in a little better order. I sandblasted these back months ago, back when it was cold. So I got some stuff I'm gonna paint black, some stuff I'm gonna paint that gray color, but everything I'm gonna put adhesive promoter on it. Listen, this is your friend, I promise. Even though everything's sandblasted good and everything's all like it's supposed to be, this adhesive promoter I am a firm believer in. So everything's all stripped down. We're gonna put etch primer on it, which is a direct to metal primer on it, a sealer. You gotta make sure that it says direct to metal, because everything is not direct to metal. Like I said, take it for what it is. I'm just throwing out what I do. So here we go. And just like that, I'm sure y'all know how to operate a spray can, and just like that, the stuff that I wanted underneath there is black. And I'll put a picture there of the clear that I used on it. But I actually put a heat treated clear over all of it, just because, well, kind of because I had the heat treated clear. But I think all this stuff needs a clear on it, because even though it's not gonna get up in there, that it'll rub off that thing. So and then what's one more coat gonna hurt anyway, right? So I got the black done, got that hanging up there. Now to get all this right here, which will be gray, all that goes inside the doors. And no, you can't see it, but like I've said from the very beginning, I want everything on this thing, whether you see it or you don't, to be slick as the top of the hood, okay? It's probably gonna take a long time, might get bored of watching me, but I'm gonna build a nice car. I hope you join me. Okay, this is the products I'm using on this thing. Here's a adhesive promoter. Shoot, I don't even know the company it is. There's all kinds of adhesive promoter. It's adhesive promoter. I'm using some self-etching primer. I wouldn't recommend that on great big pieces, but little bitty pieces like this will be fine. This is the color I'm gonna put on it because it looks like original cast iron. Every how you say that, SEYMOUR, but it's cast blast. I really like that. That was what was underneath this car, underneath of this car. And then I'm going to put the Rust-Oleum high heat, the ceramic coated, the clear on it. And like I said, the reason I'm putting the clear on it is it makes it a little more durable and it's easier to clean because, you know, I'm going to be up and under that thing cleaning it even though it's in the doors. So we're going to make sure it all comes out pretty good, I hope. So now we just got to get out here. I've got everything all up here on my trusty little stand. Boom, how about that? And I'll get it all adhesive promoted, let that tack off, put self-etching primer on it, let that tack a little bit and go right back over the top of it. No need to sand it if you still got just a little bit of tacky to it. And I think the stuff's gonna turn out nice. All right, adhesive promoter on it, let that dry. Self-etching primer, just a light dusting on that thing. Like I said, not gonna sand it or anything. Just putting a light dusting on that thing. And yes, I'm painting over these. The reason I am is because I'm gonna put new ones on it and I don't wanna have to clean all that paint off the shaft on it. So that's the reason I didn't do that. Rods, all that stuff like that. And part of this I gotta do on, because I took some of the stuff out of the doors to make those old junky black doors work on the car. All right, so now we're gonna put the gray on it. Heck yeah, I'm getting there. And don't forget to shake it up good. This thing here is awesome, man. Look at that.
Very pleased with how these parts turned out. Yeah, you're never going to see these pieces. You will see that latch, but for the most part, you won't never see them. But I want them protected because I plan on having this car for a long time. And, I mean, if you're going to take it apart, you might as well make it look right.
Well, there's all the stuff for 1.5 of the doors, because like I said, the other part's in the one we're doing it, but I say it over and over. I'm touching everything. And I know these are spread out, and for those that's been watching it, I appreciate you hanging in there with me. Because I've been doing all kinds of other stuff, but we're going to build a car this summer. And hopefully by the time wintertime gets here, that thing will be painted and ready to go. So there's all the stuff inside the doors. Wasn't nothing another, I don't know, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours ago. I should write all that down, but it'd probably make me squeamish when I look and see how many hours I've got in that little car. But all right, now we go. Now I can work on the doors. I absolutely love the final product of the way that I did this and the method I did on that thing. So like I said, I know you're not going to see all this stuff, but man, that stuff looks factory. That looks factory. Probably looks better than factory, but at least it looks factory. Man, that's going to be so nice in there. And shouldn't have any problem with it ever kind of rusting or anything like that again. Not that I'm going to get rid of it, but so I think all that turned out really nice. Now I just got to get some doors finished ready. So now I can take and finish letting this dry real good. I'll wrap them up in some towels and stuff and store them, and I can get that stuff out of the way because they've been taking up a lot of space over here in the corner and junking everything up. So getting all that taken care of. The vent turned out really nice. It's just about dry now where I can put it back together and the flapper and stuff on it. So I've been over here working on the windows and these frames right here, and I'll have all the hardware taken care of it. I've got to figure out something that's going to get these stains off here. Anybody got an idea? Help me get these stains off these glass. That's what I mean when I say I'm touching every piece. I like it. I like it too much, as this old guy I used to work with would say. And that goes under the dash.
Hey, I hope you like what you saw, and I do appreciate you watching. Hey, check back with me, because look here, we're going to do some actual body work on these doors. I can't wait.